What's the crack, guys, and welcome back to another creepy TikTok compilation. A massive thank you to each and every one of you guys for your support, your continued support, and just for being a part of this amazing growing community. We've literally hit the 10,000 sub milestone, and I honestly can't thank you guys enough. You know, of course, a lot of the glory goes to the main man himself. When I started this channel, I was hoping to wake as many people up as I could, and if they were able to come to the main man as well, that was just an extra amazing bonus. But honestly, guys, thank you so much. I honestly can't thank you enough for this. But yeah, anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead and watch some creepy TikToks today. Goldilocks, this is what happens when you enter a family's house uninvited. So I know there's a living crisis and all, like, but come on, you should be learning your lesson by now.
There's something very strange going on with the World's Fairs. You are looking at rare archival photos that have been colorized. We are told that these extravagant buildings were built out of plaster in less than a year, only to be torn down shortly after the World's Fair, never to be seen again. This is the Chicago World's Fair, held about 20 years after the Great Chicago Fire. In this same time period, almost every great city in the Americas experienced either a great fire or an earthquake that destroyed almost all of the old buildings there. Let me ask you something. Do these buildings look like plaster of Paris to you? How could simple plaster be strong enough and safe enough to hold up these giant domes and keep the integrity of the structure secure during the entire events of the fair? And why would all of this be torn down shortly after the fair? In a time where there was hardly any population on the outskirts of Chicago, where did they get the manpower to complete this? Something isn't right.
So you're telling me they were able to build all of that within 1 year just by using plaster? There would have been some form of timber framing or some sort of structure, but if we had like 1,000 guys or 10,000 guys and we told them to replicate every part of that and they had a year to do it, what's the chance they get it done? Because to me, I would say it's very slim.
Watch what this guy had to say about the military hiding giants, the Nephilim, in military bases underground. Watch this.
Greg Renrich, that was one of the things that he told me. He's the one that was talking about seeing the giants in the deep underground military bases. He said that one of the first things that they had to do before he was allowed to go into S4 or S20 or any of the others, they made him sign an affidavit saying, you're not allowed to use the name Jesus Christ in these underground facilities, not even if you stub your toe or anything. And he said that he saw 10 to 25 foot tall giants in these underground bases and said that they were, the human scientists and other people working side by side with him. He said that they even came right out and said they were the Nephilim. They came right out and said it. Said that, basically we're preparing for an intergalactic war with God. And they believe that they're going to win. Where are they getting this? They're going to win from. And why are you not allowed to say the name Jesus in these underground facilities?
And watch this. Huge doors underground, and I believe it's like a military base or something. But what could they be hiding in there? I mean, what else, right? And well, we also know that the Bible said that the last days will be like the days of Noah, right? There were giants in the land, and people were living in sin, getting into marriage, doing their own thing until the door of the ark was shut. But one more thing, for those who last to the end, have you guys seen those videos with pictures of truck drivers saying they're delivering to creepy underground warehouses? What else could they be delivering? To whom? Perhaps to this giant Nephilim who need to eat?
It's funny because we just watched those tunnel videos the other day, but in terms of what he's mentioned there, I mean, you just never know. And the reason why I say that is because if we were to conduct an experiment, say we brought someone who's just born, brought them in, and we experimented on them for 10 years, say they only got to know colours, so black, white, and grey, and then after the 10 years, so after that longitudinal study, we come into them after 10 years and we say to them, look, listen, you've been lied to, there's more than just 3 colours, there's purple, purple, blue, pink, yellow, green, etc. And they tried to imagine that, they wouldn't be able to imagine it because they've only known the colours black, white and grey for those 10 years. And so this is the kind of concept here. With those tunnels that they have going on, those vast tunnels, we just don't know exactly what's going on down there because we haven't been exposed to whatever it is that's going on. If that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but if it makes sense.
Actor Vin Diesel has been accused of assault in a really disturbing new court filing. Let's take a look at these allegations that are breaking right now. So if you don't know who Vin Diesel is, he's the star of the Fast and Furious movies. He's a pretty famous Hollywood celebrity. Well, allegedly in fall of 2010, during the filming of the movie Fast 5, a former assistant of Vin's is claiming that he assaulted her. So according to the official filing, a woman named Asta was hired by Vin Diesel's company. The company is named One Race, and she was hired allegedly to do a lot of different things around the production. She would do a bunch of different things like helping organize stuff for the production company, and she was also asked to go accompany Vin Diesel to company parties and places in public. So according to Asta, the woman who filed these charges, in September of 2010, she was tasked with waiting for Vin Diesel in his hotel room at the St. Regis. At the time, Vin Diesel was allegedly entertaining some hostesses from a club, and when these women left the hotel room, that's when allegedly Vin Diesel grabbed Asta's wrists and brought her over to his bed. Asta then claims that she escaped his locked wrist. She asked him if she could leave, and he then started to grope her, kiss her body, and just be creepy with his hands. Asta said that she felt like she just couldn't say no to her superior, but when he tried to pull down her undergarments, that's when she allegedly took off screaming down the hallway. According to the filing, keep in mind this is all just alleged right now, Vin Diesel then caught her, he pinned her up against a wall, placed her hand on his, and he proceeded to pleasure himself. And according to this filing, that's when Asta, his assistant, closed her eyes and just let it happen because she was so afraid. So only a couple hours after this whole thing went down, Asta received a call from Vin Diesel's sister. She was the then president of the production company One Race. Her name's Samantha Vincent. And what did Samantha have to say to Asta? Well, she told her that she was fired after being on the job for less than 2 full weeks. So Asta signed an NDA, or non-disclosure agreement, when she accepted the initial position working for the production company, but thanks to an act in California called the Speak Out Act, she is able to come forward with these allegations, because this act basically states that you can't have an NDA for something like assault. So obviously this is very early on in the story, and this is a breaking story, so more details are going to emerge soon, but Vin Diesel has already come out and said he categorically denies all of these allegations, but we'll just see how this thing turns out with time.
You know, we don't know what's true, what's not. I mean, it's literally speculation at this point. He could have very well done it, we don't know, but she could have also, I mean, she was there for like a week. Sorry, she was there for 2 weeks, and she would know his reputation. She would know that he's an A-lister, so she could have just went in for the opportunity for a quick buck, and that was it. And then, you know, we just don't, well, no pun intended.
I have a theory that the Mandela effect is used to see how much of history can be altered in front of our eyes. Here's a prime example of one of that. There's this woman on TikTok who was going crazy because she swore the Fruit of the Loom had a cornucopia logo. And to the point that even Fruit of the Loom themselves put a timeline of all their logos and it never had a cornucopia. And this woman went hard. Her therapist told her, yo, you need to chill out. You need to just drop this. So she went through all of her old clothing, and lo and behold, she found a shirt with the Fruit of the Loom with the cornucopia logo on it. That shows me, like, yo, I think the Mandela effect is an operation that's running around right now to see how much of history can be altered right in front of our eyes without us noticing. And then they gaslight the public and be like, nope, this never happened.
Damn, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, bro. People are thinking about it very little. Like, oh, it's the Berenstain Bears or the Berenstein Bears or Jiffy or Jif's peanut butter. No, it's much larger than that, guys. They're using this to see, oh, if we can get people to forget certain primary things about their childhood, what can we do with history?
Can we appreciate that guy's theory? I mean, he could be onto something. You know, who's to say there's not like a mass psyop going on to the point where they're trying to experiment on us with something, I don't know what it is. Or maybe not, maybe he's just talking low baloney. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, I never had a purple cap, and you probably think I did, but I never did.
It's fun. Are you having fun?
Of course.
And Eminem, are you having fun? 2 of us are having fun.
It's like that moment that you had when you opened your eyes for the first time and realized, wow, there really is such thing as monsters. I remember about 5-6 years ago, whenever we were heading off to London, and I had the window side of the plane on the left hand side, and about 20 minutes in or so, I was looking out and I seen this dark grey Boeing plane, and you could tell it was spraying chemtrail. Like,
Everybody explains why she passed on the Illuminati. Watch this.
What's the biggest opportunity you've received and passed on so far?
The Illuminati. I promise y'all, the Illuminati hit me up and they was like, yo, what's up? And I was like, pass. They was like, we got you. I was like, pass. That's like something that a lot of people probably would jump at. And I don't know how deep that stuff go, but yeah.
How was that asked? How was that opportunity presented?
You want to be down with this secret society? You want to be down with us? Basically, it was like they mean business. They were like, they wanted me. They seen something, I don't know, but.
Like a person approaches you about this?
Yeah.
It's not something sent in a DM type of thing?
Nah.
Are there repercussions for turning it down?
I don't think so. Nah. I'm a positive person. I attract positive things to me, so no.
And you chose not to join because?
I don't,
You passed on
I
it
don't
because?
want to be a part of something that I don't understand.
I understand that some people may get tattoos like the Eye of Horus, because for some people it's a symbol of like restoration, healing, and protection. But to say that you attract positive things and then have the Illuminati called your door, there ain't nothing positive about that, like not in the slightest.
Streaming when suddenly her viewers began to comment that the Chucky doll's eyes were moving. She grabbed the doll and continued to show them that there's no way that they were moving because it was just the light.
Like if it moves them, there goes 1, 2, 3. Look there, it's because of the light. It's because of the light. Look, you saw. It's because of the light. It's the light, friends. No worries. It does not move its eyes. Is it the light? Let's see. Light. Look there. Did you see? It's the light. It's the light. No, it's just the light, friends. It's the light.
Come on, guys. You want to smoke? Let's go smoke. You want to smoke?
This is literally the best UFO footage I've ever seen. Watch him hit the UFO with a laser.
Oh, here's another one right here. You see him? Flying right over our heads. Pointing it right at him. And now he's turning.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Flashed.
Yeah, you see him?
Yeah, it just flashed.
I'm lasering at him, and he's curving.
So these UFOs have actually been prophesied in the Bible long ago. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of this stuff in the last days here ahead. In Zechariah chapter 5, look, he had a vision of a flying roll. What do you guys think that is? Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. He said unto me, What seest thou, or what do you see? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. So this thing's like 30 feet long. Right, and God said, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. So we know this thing is a curse, right? And look what it says here. I said, What is it? He said, This is an ephah that goeth forth. Guys, this is what an ephah looks like. What does that look like to you? Then this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of the ephah. And he said, This is wickedness. Right, so we know these UFOs that are going forth are wicked. And they lifted up the ephah between the earth and the heaven. What does that sound like? Let me remind you, the book of Zechariah was written 2,500 years ago. So you're probably wondering, where do these UFOs come from? Well, I believe that these are vehicles that the angels have to travel around in. And we know that a third of the angels rebelled against God and fell from heaven to earth. And I can almost guarantee you they stole a lot of those vehicles when they rebelled. So now we have demons and fallen angels driving these things around. Let me know what you guys think.
What's your thoughts on this, guys? Would you say that's confirmation that aliens are demons, or would you say it's something else?
The head you see above me is a preserved actual head of Diogo Alves. This is the head of Portugal's first serial killer. He murdered 70 people in the 19th century. His head has been preserved for about 182 years now. And this head is still on display at University of Lisbon. His method of killing was pushing his victims off of an aqueduct. After he was captured and prosecuted, they decided they're going to slice his head off and preserve him. The reason for this, they wanted to study the mind of a serial killer. I'm just amazed at how well preserved this head is after almost 200 years. Because his head is still intact in this jar, they never really studied his brain or why he did the things he did. This head in the jar thing also became a widely known internet prank a couple of years ago. People would put pictures of themselves kind of like twirled up in a jar, and it would look like a head in a jar in a fridge. This story of Diogo Alves inspired all of that. I think the creepiest thing about this, though, is his eyes are still open as if he's looking right at us.
Look into my eyes, you will see that I was a ginger evil human being. Take me by the head, take my life. You can walk on in the kitchen and grab that butcher knife. It's all good crack, so it is, until someone gets the butcher knife.
These are the worst deaths imaginable, and this one might be the worst one yet. Okay, so watch this jaw crusher machine absolutely destroy these rocks. But now imagine a human being stuck in there. Well, that's what happened to this man, and I'm about to explain it all. So this man was working on one of the large jaw crushers, when suddenly the machine got jammed. The man then went into the machine trying to fix it while it was still running. And he is attempting to unjam it, and he must succeed because he gets sucked right into it. Then you see the big rock on your screen right now hit him in the back and pushes him down further into it. And you then see the man try and hold on to anything he could. And in the video, which you can find online, you see the man vibrating extremely fast. So this man is slowly being dragged into these metal jaws, and also being hit by all the boulders and rocks falling down on him. And then he is suddenly just gone, like he never existed. This is a machine that turns boulders into dust, so can you just imagine what it did to him? This man had to go through absolute hell because he was alive for a good portion of it. You can tell he was by just watching the video. This man literally got crushed from his toes up in a very slow fashion, all while being crushed and pushed by other boulders that are about to be crushed. There was no way he could have gotten out, and there was no reason for him to honestly be in there. I get that he was just trying to fix the machine, but why would you go into it when it's still on? I don't know, I feel like this whole thing could have been avoided, but in this situation, it wasn't. All you can hope for is that this man went into shock and really didn't feel anything. But I don't think that's the case. This was a very slow and painful death, and I think he felt every second of it. Please don't watch the video because it's absolutely disturbing and hard to watch. And I now have a fear of these jaw crusher machines. This is just completely awful, and I feel so bad for this man and his family.
I agree with this guy. That's a new fear unlocked for me. Like, can you just imagine you working there, not knowing any better, thinking the machine switched off, you go in, you try and resolve the problem, and the next minute your toes are underneath you, and you're just the thought of that would be wild.
If you pursue this matter, so what the...
Forgive the sleight of hand, Sir Charles. In the pursuit of criminals, one learns their devices.
I say, Holmes, what is this mumbo-jumbo?
The handshake and the ring, Watson, are archaic rituals preserved by the 33rd degree members of the secret order of Freemasons.
We are not a secret order.
Your existence is no secret. Your rituals and membership are secrets you guard as closely as you may, which is why you removed the writing from the wall.
Even back in 1979, truth was hidden in plain sight.
What in the fuck is you? Welcome. Welcome to Earth. Welcome.
Bitch, I'm lucky, but I'm cute.
What you kill? Kill where?
Everywhere.
Kill? Look at you. What in the fuck is you?
Welcome to Earth. Any of you guys know what the purpose of this thing is? The shark looked like it was enjoying that, but the man has some guts to be doing something like that. You know, the one thing I noticed about these old clips is that when I look at them, whenever they're walking or standing, they always have a straight back. Like, they always have good posture. I don't know if any of you have noticed this. It looks very similar when you mix a multitude of chemicals into a bucket of water. If you didn't know any better, you think this is a warning sign from the heavens.
This optical illusion could actually tell what kind of brain you have. So you see the silhouette moving. Now, half the population will be able to see the silhouette moving clockwise, and the other half will be able to see it counterclockwise.
Okay, what does it mean if I see it going clockwise?
Okay, so very few people could actually see her moving in both directions. Now, some people can only see her counterclockwise, some can see her clockwise, but very few could actually switch it in their brain and be able to switch her from going clockwise to counterclockwise and have the ability to control it. And if you could switch between counterclockwise and clockwise, you have a very adaptive brain that can have fast thinking.
How are they switching it?
Okay, so there's actually a way to make your brain more adaptive, and you could actually change it for you only see it going clockwise. You could actually switch it to counterclockwise if you focus hard enough.
Okay, I can kind of see you're moving counterclockwise now, but I can't switch it back to clockwise.
It is a really weird optical illusion that I feel like very few people have the ability to actually do it. It's very...
How did you get on, guys? Did you get to see both ways or just one way? I was able to see both ways, but by looking up and down, I was able to change the, either clockwise or anti-clockwise.
I'm at the Denver airport with the new art installation in the center of the airport. We start off here with the world. At the South Pole, there is a gate, and then around the world is sand. At the North Pole, there's this pole that leads up to this arrow. The arrow points down to what it looks like, perhaps a firmament, to a train station. I should also mention the world is depicted as flat over there. From the train station, from the arrow, we come down here. Perhaps a way to get in and out of the world as we know it. Again, surrounded by rocks and sand. Maybe this is where the lizard people live.
Haven't really been able to observe that fully there, if I'm honest with you. It's almost like the Economist cover. There's just that much going on. The sad thing about this is I can see this being applied across cities as a means to deal with the homeless crisis. You will probably look at pork differently now coming after Christmas, but honestly, you should be okay once it's cooked. Like.
Did you know that the world population is declining? China's population is currently 1.4 billion, but by the year 2100, it's expected to be as low as 700 million, reducing nearly half of the population due to higher standards of living. And China is not the only country. Japan will go from a population of 125 million to 75 million. Italy will go from 60 million to 50 million, and Spain will go from 47 million to 33 million. Countries that can expect an increase in population are Egypt, which is predicted to double in size from 107 million to 205 million. India will slightly rise from 1.4 billion to 1.53 billion, and the United States will go from a population of 331 million to 443 million.
Let's just say how we see it as pop control. You know, society has been engineered in a way where less births are given, and a few factors for that will be, you know, ABO transitioning, if you know what I mean by those, financial instability, so, you know, high debt, student loan debt, that sort of thing. And as a result of that, you know, the economy and the finances, a lot of people aren't having wee ones until like their mid to late 30s, and even that on its own can have health implications, not just to, you know, those women who are in their 30s or I'm sorry, mid 30s, late 30s, but to their wee ones as well. So
honestly blows my mind how nobody is talking about this. Watch this video of a man literally pouring lava onto a McDonald's burger and see what happens to it.
This guy pours hot molten copper at 1,984 degrees Fahrenheit over a McDonald's sandwich. At that temperature, the copper should slice right through the sandwich, like a hot knife through butter. But as you see, the bread doesn't disintegrate, the meat turns to rubber, and even the pickles and lettuce are left untouched. No wonder your stomach can't digest fast food. The food is engineered not to be digested, which causes it to sit in your intestine, which makes you gain weight and leads to diabetes and other gut-based abnormalities, leading to more disease. If you love yourself, if you love your children, stop feeding them this poison. If this is not reason enough to stop giving your kids McDonald's, then think of the disease that will come from fake foods, like diabetes, cancer, obesity, and many more. Share this video and tag your friends. We can save just one child today. It will be worth it.
I don't care what anybody says. That food is not real. If melted copper at over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit can't even phase a McBurger, what do you think is happening inside your intestines? And if you believe that that isn't real food, make sure to dominate the little plus button, or else Ronald McDonald's gonna get you. Let's get it.
I'm telling you guys, this is why I don't eat McDonald's anymore, because every time I eat McDonald's, I always threw it up, and now I see the reason why I always threw it up. It's crazy just how much stuff is hidden in plain sight, it really is. That's it for today, guys, and I hope you really enjoyed the Creepy TikTok compilation. And again, a big thank you to every single one of you for being so supportive for the channel. The way the community is growing is really amazing and special to me, and I hope it is for you guys as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, smash that subscribe button, tick the like button as well, so this could be recommended to other like-minded people. And until the next video, guys, please stay safe, stay healthy, look after yourselves, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon.